Alrighty. This is another episode. I just want to apologize for the delay we've been on. We've been pretty busy and just a few technical difficulties have gotten in the way of us getting this up earlier. Another thing is we were not able to get the tracking Hovland interview into this. We'll get that. We'll get him on at some point. But just with time scheduling and just files aren't downloading correctly right now to my computer. So we'll work on that over the break. And then we'll be back after Christmas with some schedule predictions in Kapalua for you. So again, sorry for the delay. I'd still list this as a pretty good episode. We have some interesting takes from Dan today, so you guys are going to enjoy that. And when it comes to the tracking Hovland part that we built in the middle, just skip right through it and listen to it as it never happened. All right, enjoy.
Right at it. Right at it. Oh, he's done it again, just as he did at the John Deere for his first win.
Alrighty, welcome back to another episode of the Go Get That podcast. I think this is episode 15, 16? 16, right? 16. All right. We are recapping the Hero World Challenge or whatever there is to recap. We might have Victor Hovland tracker on in the middle of the segment, and then at the end we'll kind of talk about what we have going for us in the future, how much really to take from this week, and essentially we got another big Michigan win for Dan, and another not so great Ravens loss for Jordan. But yeah, I don't think this is expected at all. I for sure did not expect a dead last finish. Clearly, I know the elephant in the room is that I picked him to win by 5, and he ended up the field beat him by 5.
Yeah, he lost by 24.
So that's 29 shots off. But I'll own up to it.
Yeah, it was a bad week.
Yeah,
for Spieth. It was funny. Jordan and I were looking at some of the stats before we started recording. He finished second in driving accuracy, only behind the winner, Victor Hovland, which is like, how do you hit 83% of your fairways, which is a really good number. And to be fair, these fairways are pretty wide. But hitting 83% of your fairways is really, really good. And then you finish 24 shots back. Like I don't know what happened this week. I think, well, we don't know because we couldn't see him on TV. That's number one. Number two, and I think I'm starting to get, I want to ask you guys about your sort of concern level about the irons, because they have not been very good recently. Before, when he was going on his run in April, or at the start of the season with Waste Management, and through the Masters, and then throughout the Open as well, he was hitting his irons really well. He was top 5 strokes gained iron player in the world. And after that, it has not been pretty. And this week he hit 65% of his greens, which is 15th in the field. And he was second in fairways. So like he was hitting a lot of iron shots from the fairway, and he wasn't hitting the greens. And that's a little concerning for me. So I'm curious what you guys make of that.
I think the concern level for me is moderate on the all-around game. I feel he hasn't played very good golf since the Open, which that's 5 months ago at this point, or nearly 5 months ago. So it's definitely concerning. I think this week coming in last, if you're going to come in last at a tournament, this isn't an official PGA Tour event. So yeah, there's some free points out there, but at the end of the day, it's better to finish last in a tournament in December than maybe one at the end of March when you got the Masters the week after or something like that. So the concerns there, especially with the irons. I mean, he hasn't been a very good or elite iron player since really April or May. That's when he really peaked with them. So there's some concern there. I know he's working on the swing, but I would have just liked to see some competitiveness this week. He shot 6 over par at a very easy golf course. That's somewhat alarming.
Yeah, and I don't know. I didn't. Essentially, the only shot I saw this week was the tee shot on 9 in the final round because the video went viral, which I'm sure we'll get into later. But I didn't really see anything from him this week. I was busy all week, and I know that the coverage was definitely something that we'll also get into. But I don't know. It's tough to make a lot out of something if you don't actually know what happened. There was no shot tracker. There was no real coverage of Jordan. And I'm going to take it pretty lightly. I'm not that concerned. But I will say I'm basically the same amount as concerned as I was during the FedEx Cup, where the game definitely sort of took a step down from the summer and the spring. But again, he just had a baby. Will come some slack, but
yeah, very true.
This is his job, so I do expect him to be playing well again in January.
Yeah,
it gets real in January.
Yeah. If you're gonna finish last, you might as well make sure you finish last, right? Like he
made sure of it all right.
There is a pretty big gap between him and then Stenson, and then I think Rory maybe finished in 18th. But like you said, the Hero World Challenge, not that big of a deal. I mean, he even said it after the being assessed the penalty on 9, where he and Stenson both teed up at the wrong tee box and played their tee shots. And he said he didn't think they'd get penalized because it's a charity event. But there is OWGR points in this, so yeah, that was a pretty funny moment. He had some weird penalties this week. Apparently, he didn't replace his ball on the green on 18 on Saturday.
No, so what happened was do you guys read the Golf Digest article that went into it?
I read it.
Yeah,
still kind of confusing, but
I know what happened. So the ball moved somehow, either because of wind or something, while he was addressing the ball. Kind of like what happened to Dustin Johnson at the U.S. Open, but he thought that he was supposed to play. He knew it moved, and I don't know if he called the rule official over, but I think he thought that he was supposed to play it where it lied, and he never moved it back to its original spot. So that's 2 shots.
A big tournament, he probably would have called over rules official. At that point, he probably just did not give a crap.
Yeah. I agree.
But I mean, he and Stenson were trying to get to the airport.
Stenson's a beauty. What a guy! That interview was hilarious. I've always been a fan of his, so it's good.
That's the first of 2 Jordan penalties that we've talked about this week. The one on 9, it's the first time he's ever taken 2. I'm pretty sure. Right?
Yeah, they weren't like penalties where like he went to the water. They were like assessed penalties that he got,
like illegal stuff.
The one on 9, like I kind of feel for him on. Like they were the first group off. The first group off. Any other first group off, I think, would have probably done the same thing, or may have done the same thing. I think being the first group off definitely put them at a disadvantage. There should have been like something out there to say tee off here.
Yeah, well, I think from my understanding of it is that because there's a picture from the other side of where they walked up that it's pretty clear one is 17 and one is 9. But they were flipped from earlier rounds.
Yeah.
And then when you walk up from behind, you just see the white square that has the number on it. But when you're 20 shots back, you don't necessarily look at you're not really looking at, the tee marker.
And
it's not right in front of you. It is what it is. It's pretty funny. It led to a couple laughs this week, I guess. But yeah, certainly not the greatest golf of all time this week. Not even from the guy who was the 54-hole leader. Morikawa kind of melted down Sunday, which I think is the first time that's ever happened.
Marriage.
Yeah, the marriage curse, I guess. But if you're
Jordan 4 years after he got married to win.
I doubt it. They'll take Colin that long.
Yeah, me neither. But I do wonder if there was partly the pressure of being number one, right? Like we talked about it a little bit before.
That's
Like
like the only
there's-
pressure there could have been, I feel. Dude's won before, yeah.
Yeah, he knew that this was a chance to get to number one. And he'll have plenty more chances, but
We'll get there.
he will get there. I mean, but this was a prime opportunity to do so. You're up
Yeah,
five.
with no Rom on the way.
You have to play the course in one under par, and you're victorious.
Sounds a lot like the Charles Schwab, doesn't it?
Yeah, he collapsed. But I guess better to have it at the Hero World Challenge than, a major, I guess. So I'm sure he'll move on, but
He'll be
it did
fine.
disappoint me a little bit because I predicted he would win.
Well, I predicted Victor Hovland to win, so I'll take my little victory lap on that. Is that our?
It was a 20-man field. Don't get too high.
Hey! You picked the guy that came in last.
I did.
By
I
24.
picked the guy that came in first. I said Jordan would come in second. If I just added a 0 to that, I would have got first and second right. So
That is true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember. I don't think I picked Jordan to place anywhere. I just said Marcal was going to win. But yeah, it looked from the statistics, it seems to be that Jordan has not played a ton of golf recently, and rightfully so.
I hope.
Yeah. I hope.
It was bad. It was bad. And honestly, like this tournament, it's kind of cool. Like I think the course is kind of cool, and it's a fun semi shootout in a way. Like you can make some birdies, you can make some eagles, but there's nothing like overly entertaining or exciting about it.
No, this I'm going to disagree with you there. I think the only thing that's cool about this event is from the player's perspective, because it's Tiger's event and the off the course stuff is pretty cool. Like you got a whole bunch of like galas and events, and you have the poker night. They were posting about. I think that's really the cool part of it for spectators. I really have no interest in this tournament whatsoever. It's in the middle of December. And
that's fair, but I'm saying like if it was in golf season, I think they could have a tournament there.
Yeah, I think, and if the coverage was better, I think if you made this into a tournament where you could watch every player, because
I agree with that.
Players, I think that you can make it into a very fun tournament. But it's just the coverage isn't there. There's no featured groups.
Yeah,
and it's tough to get into a tournament on Thursday and Friday when you only see like 6 shots of your golfers. So
just give me a shot tracker. I mean, that would just make it a lot better too. Let me see why Jordan is 6 over par.
Right. But it is also, you did meant like December is tough. That's just a tough time to have a golf tournament. And they try to make it happen by getting some of the best 20 players in the world. But at the end of the day, like people aren't watching that on Sunday.
Yeah.
There's a lot of football, hockey, like there's just other things going on.
I mean, I wasn't watching. I know that. I'm a big golf fan. And on Sunday I was not watching the golf. I was watching Dolphins back.
Congrats.
Back.
If Jordan's in it, we're probably talking a lot differently. But I mean, he's
100%. If Jordan's in contention, we're watching that tournament.
Sunday,
but yeah,
that's probably true.
No interest on watching on Sunday when there's NFL football on and Jordan Spieth was 25 shots off the lead.
Yeah.
You go.
Okay. I was just gonna say, speaking of coverage,
they
did drop a new ESPN Plus layout package, so to speak. Which I think is good. ESPN Plus does the PGA Championship coverage and the Masters coverage. Although the Masters coverage is also on the Masters app.
Yeah.
But it's $3 cheaper a month than PGA Tour Live, and it's better than PGA Tour Live, and you get a bunch of other ESPN Plus stuff. So if you're interested in something like that, I do think it is well worth it to buy it. And if you have PGA Tour Live, you should definitely get ESPN Plus, because there's no way it can be worse, and it's cheaper.
Yeah, I was gonna say the 2 things I wanted to get into were coverage and Tiger. But in terms of the coverage, this ESPN deal looks a lot better. And I know that, I mean, we've had disappointments in terms of coverage in the past, but I really don't see a way in which this is worse than PGA Tour Live, and it's cheaper. So right then and there, it's an upgrade. So that's good. I mean, I
They
think
have what, it's four telecasts, right? Or four streams. And one's going to be like all around coverage, I think. Two are going to be featured groups, which are just like what you have on PGA Tour Live. And then there's going to be one marquee group that will be more like a major feature group where you see the players walking down the hole.
Exactly.
And it's like only those three, or I guess two players.
Which is essentially what we've talked about with the Tiger Cam, where we've kind of wanted that, because when Tiger is playing, nobody else is getting feature group coverage. You can make something out of this where you put Jordan, when Tiger's not playing, you put Jordan and Rory in one of those groups, then you can have a lot more flexibility with showing new players in the other feature group.
Exactly.
Coverage thing, which I think is great. I think there should be. The problem is there just wasn't enough, because I mean, like it or not, there's no way people don't want to watch Harry Higgs over Jordan Spieth, but now you have that outlet to show people like Harry Higgs, some of those fan people that are entertaining, that which I think is a good move on their part. And it's $3 cheaper. That in itself is an upgrade, because it was way too pricey before.
Yeah, ESPN Plus is a big W, a big W for us as trackers, and for you guys as fans. It's cheaper, so that's obviously better, but they're going from 85 to somewhere in the 210 range in terms of technological devices. That costs, that's big money. So they're going to be paying more crew than PGA Tour Live is paying, and more technological stuff because they're increasing it. So ESPN basically is making a pretty big bet on golf, which is awesome because it means our sport is getting more money put into it. And if that doesn't show you that ESPN is not going to be better, I don't know what will. They're literally increasing their technological capabilities twofold. So I don't think it'll be as good as the PGA Championship, because I think they put a lot of money into that, and you get Scott Van Pelt all week, which is just awesome.
Yeah, tough to top.
But I think ESPN will be way better. And another thing that we didn't talk about yet is there's a big delay on PGA Tour Live in terms of when the shots actually hit and when you see it. I don't think it'll be as big on ESPN. If it's anything like their PGA Championship coverage was, there wasn't too big a delay. So I'm hoping it'll be the same for like every tour event.
Yeah, do you think this means ESPN will also have access to the shot tracker?
What do you mean by that?
Well, like, you know how in the PGA Tour app, there's the shot tracker, right? So they have.
It's a good question. I know you're getting
that. I wonder if ESPN's like, well, okay, so now we can also have access to that and put.
Oh, you mean on the website, like for the leaderboard?
Yeah.
My guess is no.
My guess is no as well.
Okay.
I don't think so. The least they can do is start putting photos for some of the golfers, though, because like I'm looking at the leaderboard on ESPN for this week. There's literally no photo for Victor Hovland. Like, what is that? He wins.
Well, he's a 5-time winner now.
No photo for Scotty Scheffler. Like, what's going on, ESPN? Yeah. If you're gonna put so much money in golf, can you at least no photo for Colin Morikawa?
Yeah.
What are we doing here?
But, yeah, it makes it's. I'm glad that they have the rights now or whatever to this coverage, because I think they've done a great job with the PGA Championship. But I hope that they like do a good job of it, because otherwise there will be plenty of people that will be like, well, what are you doing here? Right. Like,
I'm confident in it. They're just putting so much money into it. They're not just going to put money into it if they're not going to provide a really good product. So, and then as you said earlier, I mean, ESPN Plus has so many other things you can watch on there.
I mean, you can get every college basketball game imaginable. You can get it's basically NFL Sunday ticket for the NHL. You can get any NHL game.
Yeah.
It's like I mean, it's worth
pretty
it
cool.
without it's worth it without the golf. I mean,
Oh, for
I've
sure.
already had it.
Yeah, me
I'm
as
sure
well.
some of our viewers have already have it right now. Too.
Yeah,
I mean,
if you're a hockey fan, you probably have it. And
Yeah.
if you're a
And
college basketball fan, you probably have it.
right, and it's good for like the articles as well are a lot better, a lot more in depth, a lot more interesting insight. So it's I don't understand how they can grow this ESPN Plus into this platform that is bigger than PGA Tour Live and charge $3 less a month. Like, I think there was just something wrong at the sort of head or the top or the construction of PGA Tour Live from the beginning. Just some structural issues there. So hopefully ESPN Plus gets it right, because it could be a very, very big W for golf coverage. And I know we've harped on it a bunch. So that was pretty exciting news.
It's a big step in the right direction, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
My mic is muted. I'm sorry about that. I'm a little under the weather, so I don't want to be coughing on
Send your
mic, so
prayers to Bob on
yeah,
Twitter.
send your prayers for me
Yeah.
for my 99.5 fever.
Your mouth started moving. I was like, I'm not hearing anything.
But yeah, so I think I want to get into the coverage this week, because I know I tweeted something about how they were purposely leaving Jordan off the coverage. I don't actually believe that. I was very angry when I tweeted that, but I will say there is someone who brought up a point about the appeal to Tiger fans, which does not come strong with Spieth fans, because obviously Tiger fans, when Jordan was winning and being compared to the next Tiger, even though any golf fan knew that he was never going to get to Tiger's level, definitely pissed off a lot of Tiger fans, because Tiger was sitting at home not being able to play golf. So that was a good point, I felt like, especially since Jordan gets less coverage for his brand than anyone on tour. But I don't know. I think I was definitely late. I don't think there's a conspiracy theory against him.
Yeah, it is interesting though, because when you think about it, I feel like I do see Rory out of contention. I see Tiger out of contention. Sometimes you even see JT when he's out of contention, more so than you see Spieth when he's out of contention.
More when you see Spieth when he's in contention. I mean, he was 3 under through 8 holes and he wasn't being shown. But
yeah, I guess that is true as well. But I do. It is weird, right? Because if he's such a great, he's golf's golden boy, self-proclaimed by golf media. And if he's so like good for the game and growing the game, then why is he not being shown on TV? Like, why? And it's probably not, he had a terrible week, so it makes a lot of sense why he's not on TV.
Well, after the first round, I 100% agree.
Right. Yeah. But at the same time, I do feel like if he's as big as he seems to be, then he would be shown more than he is. But
yeah, I don't. While we're on the, sorry to interrupt you, I just got something I want to get off my chest. I don't know what Golf Channel's unhealthy obsession with Justin Thomas is either. I don't understand it. Jordan has 2 more majors than JT. And Jordan reads his own putts. He doesn't bring in his caddy for every single putt like JT's bringing in Bones now. It's just going to be horrible to watch during this upcoming season, where JT literally brings in his caddy to read every single putt because he can't read a putt to save his life. And I'm sorry, Jordan Spieth is more popular than Justin Thomas. I'm sorry if you're a JT viewer listening right now, but Jordan Spieth has done more for the game. He's won more. Oh, I'm sorry, he hasn't won as many limited field events as JT. But I don't understand why I have to see every Justin Thomas shot and I can't see a third of Jordan's shots. I just don't understand.
I mean, we get to see everything up to JT picking his nose, walking down the fairway. I mean, it's annoying. But
well, I do wonder if part of it is like there was that 3 years where Jordan was bad, really bad, anonymous, like
So basically,
Not-
like JT at every major.
Wow. Okay. What the shots
Wow.
are coming in right at
Wow.
JT right now. I mean that. Jeez. I mean, yeah.
It's
to
just
be fair.
annoying. I mean, we didn't get to watch a whole lot this week. And Bob, you brought this up on Twitter. I mean, they're showing Bryson, who's in the same group as Jordan.
That is true.
They
Jordan
show
gets shown once at that.
And it's not like
His
Jordan.
stats.
He was like
Jordan
four
was in
back.
it on Thursday.
Yeah, 4 back with plenty of holes to play, and they're showing Bryson, but not Spieth.
Yeah.
Again,
it's-
Jordan Spieth is more popular than Bryson too.
Yeah.
Oh, I think that's. I don't know if that's.
Oh,
like,
come on. No.
more popular than
No.
Bryson.
Yes.
Makes more
yes.
people tune in than Bryson.
Yes.
Did you see the numbers for the
Are
match
you
on Thanksgiving?
ridiculous?
I don't know, dude. I think I think I need to rephrase a little bit. If you're a golf fan, you'd rather watch Spieth, I think. But if you're a normal person, I think you tune in for Bryson more than you do for Spieth.
I don't know,
Bryson-
man.
Bryson's good for the game. Don't get me wrong.
The
Yeah,
Arnold
I agree with
Arnold
that.
Palmer was insane because Bryson drove it over a lake.
Yeah.
That's what he did. And he went like this.
Yeah.
And like he hit bombs and then he won and he made everything. And he said the bunkers sucked. And then he had beef with
did.
Brooks. Like he did, I think he did say they were the worst bunkers on tour, but he loves Arnold Palmer. So I don't know. Like as fun as Spieth is to watch, I think it doesn't get built up to the more at like the bigger masses as much as when Bryson's in contention.
This
Which
is getting
doesn't
tweeted. This is
happen at
getting
majors.
tweeted.
Just a little bit of research here. Jordan Spieth has 12 top 10s at majors. Bryson has 2. That's
Well, no,
all I
that's
need to know.
that's very fair. Like at majors, the hype is already there, so people see Spieth more. But Bryson will make
Bryson's
like
not
how many
top-
people
towards the top
actually
of the
tune in?
leaderboard.
How many people actually tune into the Charles Schwab to
For
watch
Jordan, much
Yeah.
more than people would tune to the Charles Schwab for
Jordan's-
Bryson.
I mean, I
Well,
remember
the Charles
Jordan-
Schwab. What if Bryson's playing like the? I don't know. What does he play that nobody else plays?
Nobody
no.
watches
Perfect-
the Rocket Mortgage.
perfect example right here.
The
When
Rocket. That's fair. Rocket.
Pebble Beach last year, the numbers skyrocketed because Jordan was in contention.
Yeah,
I
for the
remember
first time
seeing
in 4
CBS
years, though.
Sports. Still, no one watches an event just to see Bryson. No way. No.
Jordan has
I
more
don't know,
diehard
dude.
fans than I would say anyone on
No.
tour besides Tiger and
I-
maybe Rory.
I agree with that. I don't disagree.
So what
with
are you
that.
saying?
I'm saying-
people.
No, I'm saying
I don't know,
that
Dan. This is a
The
pretty
app-
cold
the
only-
take.
The only
The
reason
average-
Rory might is because he's European, because he gets both audiences.
the average like person, not much of a like they just watch golf every now and then, knows Bryson more than they know Spieth.
Yeah.
And maybe that doesn't okay, so maybe
Disagree.
watching them isn't necessarily the same thing, but they know if you went up to a random person and said, "Do you like golf?" and they said, I know like a little bit about it.
More people know Spieth than
The
Bryson.
guy who wears the weird hat, that's how I know.
Exactly. They know Bryson more than they know Spieth.
That's just
I
not true.
don't think so.
That's
Because
not
then
true.
the average person,
chance.
the average person, they only watch the majors. And Bryson is usually, besides
No chance.
Wingfoot, not at the top of the league.
But
Bryson
who-
came
but
like
who-
7th in the PIP.
It's not about like
That's not close.
Bryson hits bombs and people like watching bombs. And Spieth makes putts. He makes bombs. And that's awesome. And I love watching Spieth way more than I love watching Bryson because I don't really like watching Bryson that much. But at the same time, a lot of people love to watch Bryson. And I think the fact that I don't know. Maybe
I'll leave
Bryson-
it at this. If
but
Jordan
I think it's a lot
Spieth
closer
was playing
now to be.
in a match versus anyone on tour of the caliber that Brooks Koepka is, the numbers would be miles higher than they were at the Thanksgiving match.
That's because they were lame at the Bryson. Bryson isn't a match guy.
What is he then?
He's not he's not like a talker, entertainer. He just hits bombs and people want to see bombs.
I don't know about that. I kind of like to hear what comes out of Bryson's mouth, to be honest. It's
always
interesting.
something
But do you think
stupid,
it's
man.
interesting though? It's like weirdly funny because it's awkward.
It's Bryson. Bryson's just awkward. Single lane.
That's what I'm
single
saying.
lane-
People
single
want
length
the
irons, the
awkwardness
weird
and they
bat.
want the bombs.
This
At
is
least there was a stretch where they wanted bombs.
gonna go on forever if we continue, because no one's mind is changing. So I
Yeah.
want to bring up a
Okay,
tweet.
here's what I'll say
Okay.
to kind of conclude, because as I've talked more, I've realized that I'm probably not right. But
I'm gonna put a poll.
I
out
don't
for
know, and I
this.
don't know what got into my head. But I will say, I feel like there was a phase where Bryson was like the guy, like when he was like that 1 or 2 week.
That phase was the first 2 weeks
Palmer.
back from COVID when he was massive, and
And it was like, oh my God, this guy hits it so far and he does all this, and Jordan's not playing well. And it's like everybody, Brooks, Bryson, that a lot of people paid attention to that. They want to see Brooks play with Bryson. And it's like Spieth is just like, oh yeah, that guy, he won a couple majors a few years ago. But to be fair, you're right. Pebble had the greatest, a crap ton of views on Sunday because Spieth was in contention. Same with Waste Management. Same with the Masters, probably. I mean, Hideki kind of ran away with that, but Valero had a crap ton of views.
the Charles Schwab even did. That Saturday was electric. That had a ton of views.
Yeah, you're probably right.
But I want to
don't know
bring up
what
a
I'm
tweet.
thinking.
I'm gonna share my screen. I'm gonna bring up a tweet because there has just been. I mean, we were just talking about the coverage, and I think we had. I mean, Brooks Koepka-Tracker just tweeted about the new ESPN Plus, and I think I have to bring it up. We can do this. Fool me once. I mean, that's just that's exactly the point I wanted to bring up, because I feel like I have no clue how this is going to turn out. But I don't know. I don't feel like
I'm different. I'm confident in it. It's going to a completely new platform, and that's what hooks me in.
Yeah,
I'll say it again.
I mean,
The amount of
ESPN
money-
Plus is great. It really is.
The amount of money ESPN's dedicating towards this means they're not going to put out a crappy product.
Yeah, I agree.
They're just spending too much, and they're a business. They're trying to make a profit. They're trying to get more people to subscribe. So
Yeah.
I think it'll be really good. I'll be if I'm proven wrong, I'll be upset, but
Yeah.
I will see.
All right. One last thing before we get into Hovland and what's next. I feel like we should talk about Tiger. He was kind of the story of the week, right?
I think we should talk about Bryson instead, because I think he's
A bigger influence than
Oh.
Tiger.
I
I don't know.
I can't believe it's so. We were just talking before about how Bob messed up and like made that awful bet that Spieth would win by 5, and then he's like, "Yeah, I only clip it because you guys haven't said anything stupid yet." But I think you jinxed it.
I think there will be some tweets about that one. Bryson DeChambeau draws in more views than Jordan Spieth.
I don't know if I said those exact words, but I was
Well, whatever
going
it was,
that
it
way,
wasn't
and it
right.
wasn't accurate, and that's awful.
All right, Tiger
We're
Woods
going down a
though.
road he shouldn't have went down.
Yeah, especially with
Yeah.
our main population of viewers being Spieth fans. But oh well.
Yeah,
But Tiger Woods, he's back.
he's back, baby.
He is back. I'm excited for that. So
Me too. He they said he was like, yeah, I'm not grinding too much. I don't know who tweeted it out, but they were like, yeah, I'm not gonna grind anymore. And then he was hitting balls every day.
Good to hear, folks.
on the
Tiger
Hero-
Woods is a liar.
on the Hero World Challenge at the Hero World Challenge range. So it seems like he's like gearing up for something.
He's playing the Masters. You're not telling me
I wouldn't be
differently.
surprised if he plays the PNC in a cart.
Not at all.
Ride in a cart, which is crazy because we literally did a Tiger pod a month ago, and we said, yeah, Bob was thinking he would never play until 2023.
I mean, the dude's in a freaking red shirt just practicing.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
like he's
You know,
so
he's
it
ready.
was such an
motivated.
intention.
He's ready to
grab.
go.
But yeah, he's ready to go, which I'm excited for. As
Oh,
a
yeah.
non-Tiger fan, I want Tiger back. It will be fun, and with this new feed, I think it will be good too, because we won't get any less Jordan shots shown. I feel like.
It's a
One
shame
more
whenever
Bryson shots, I
it's a
think.
shame whenever he gets back. He's just no one's gonna be watching because everyone's gonna be watching Bryson. So
I'm not
Yeah.
sure. In our Spieth chat, we have a kind of a running joke that I'm a bigger Bryson fan than Spieth fan, but I don't know. Dan maybe.
Dude, I'm not a Bryson fan. That's the thing.
I don't know.
even
You
know
seem
where I was-
like you're a Bryson.
I don't even
fan.
know where I was going with it, other than like it just seemed like Bryson was all over Twitter for a year,
Yeah.
and then Spieth came back. I
Bryson's on
guess.
on Twitter for all the worst, like the bad things.
Yeah, but
Like,
it's still attention though.
not all attention is good attention.
Yeah,
Being on
but it
Twitter
is
for rules
it is attention,
infractions
though.
is not good.
Yeah, but hitting bombs is cool.
Ooh, keep hitting your bombs, man. You're never gonna
I
win at
know.
Augusta with that. I'll tell you
It
that.
was. I feel like Bryson was kind of a fad.
He's Mr.
more
Par
than-
67 at Augusta.
Yeah. Well, but that's what I'm saying is like people
He
want
didn't-
in to watch Bryson shoot 7 over 74 at Augusta.
I'll give you one thing. Watching Bryson at a major is a freaking adventure.
No, it's fun because he's all over the place.
I know. Par 67 at Augusta.
Maybe
That's just-
what I was trying to say is that Bryson gets talked about more in the media than Spieth does.
yeah, because the media, for whatever reason, has these obsessions with golfers not named Spieth.
That's what I was trying to say.
For whatever the reason is.
But it took me half hour to get there.
We'll leave it at that. I feel like we might need to have another podcast on this.
We very well may.
I mean, my mind I changed my mind myself.
I don't know. I think you said it to get
It's-
out of the hole that you had dug yourself, but I still think you believe
Well, okay,
what you said.
if you dig a hole in the ground, bring a ladder. And
I've never heard that.
Words of wisdom,
I've-
folks.
I've never heard
Oh,
that. in my life.
well, yeah, because you never have dug a hole. Well,
I
you
think
actually
I've dug
have.
plenty of
Well,
holes.
right. But somebody didn't tell you that because you're in a hole right now and you did not bring a ladder.
I am in a hole right
I'm telling you. If you dig a hole, bring a ladder.
All right. Victor Hovland. This kid's got a
brings
good career
ladder.
going for himself.
He climbs the leaderboard.
Climbs the leaderboard.
He used a ladder to climb the leaderboard.
Yeah.
He is the real deal. He is the real deal. I will say that.
Yeah, he is. I mean, what?
He's a big obsession with animal trophies.
He does.
And hard metal
Lizard.
music.
The lizard at the
Yeah.
Mayakoba, and what was the other one that he won?
The hero, the tiger.
Yeah. But there's-
Trophy is so cool.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
He's
Yeah,
got him
those
back
things,
to back too. That's
Yeah.
like just imagine having a trophy case and you just have a chameleon and a tiger right next to him.
So that means he's definitely winning the Valspar at the Copperhead course.
Oh yeah, because it's that snake. It's a
Yeah.
good call.
Yeah.
I'm gonna write that down.
You heard it here, folks. If he plays the Valspar, Victor Hovland's
December 6th, 2021. Jordan says Hovland wins Valspar. 22.
Are there any other animal trophies?
I don't even know if he plays Valspar.
I don't know either, but if he does, folks, you know who to bet on.
Yeah. Are there other animal trophies?
I don't think so.
I don't know. Anyway, he has one that's what, five worldwide wins now, which is pretty impressive, and only 60-ish starts. Although to be fair, none of them are.
Big wins, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't think he's won in these states yet.
No, his time's coming. It's pretty obvious.
He's won what, Mayakoba twice.
Mike could be it again. He's got the game for it. I don't feel like it's.
I'm not saying that.
Yeah, I don't feel like it's one of the situations where he can never get it done on the big stage. I just don't think he's had that opportunity yet. If he's on the big stage, I think he'll get it done.
I think I said it in a previous pod. Like he's seeing Colin, who's from the same class, just win all these big tournaments. He's primed for
Yeah.
a breakout year, I feel.
Yeah.
For sure. Well, like we said in the preview pod, like the hero can be a kickstart to a big year.
Yeah.
Because I think Hovland was talking about it, how he had gained some sort of confidence that he could beat 20 of the best players in the world. Because I think this is his biggest OWGR win in terms of points. Like this
Gotta
week was
be.
48.
It's got to be.
And the two Mayakobas are probably in the 30s. His win in Germany, I think, was in the 20s. And then the Puerto Rico Open is, well, the Puerto Rico Open. So,
20 Mayakoba was actually 52.
oh, really?
Yeah.
This year?
Yeah, it was 46 last year, 52 this year.
Really?
Hmm.
Well,
Oh, I guess, yeah, Brooks was there. JT was there. Did DJ show up?
I don't think so. Hovland, JT. I mean, Scheffler was there. Answer
Okay.
was there.
Yeah. So I guess he's had some bigger wins. I apologize for that because I know, I don't know, there's some Victor fans out there. He's a cool dude too. Like, I think he's very likable. And that's good. It's good to have. I'd rather have Hovland win 4 million times than Patrick Reed win once. So
I'd rather Victor Hovland win 400 times with Spieth coming in second than JT winning once. So
a lot of JT slander on this pod today. But
yeah, I don't know.
If I didn't have to watch every single shot that they hit, there wouldn't be.
It must be really tough to listen to this podcast, JT fan. I'm sorry.
yeah, JT had an okay.
Because I know a lot of
for you
Spieth
as your
fans
golfer is still really good.
Yeah, your golfer did not come in dead last this week. So
yeah, he shot 64 on Sunday too.
Yeah,
JT will be around. He'll win 2-3 times this year. So
probably whatever the two WGCs
he's due for a
are,
WGC.
And then the CJ Cup, which is 70. But speaking of Hovland fans, I've got to know Victor Hovland Tracker really well over the course of the past year or so. So I know Dan isn't able to be with us, but I was able to sit down with him later in the night and give him some. He's a big Bills fan, so he's taking some time out of this Bills Patriots massacre that's happening. Because I don't know if you've seen the videos, it's going to be some ridiculous weather. I'll send a tweet real quick to the podcast group chat. Look at this field goal that someone attempted from like 20 yards. It's ridiculous.
I saw it.
Yeah, but
best kicking conditions tonight.
Not the best kicking conditions, but after that, it won't be long. It'll be like 10-minute segment, and then we'll come back and we'll recap, final thoughts, what's going on next, and yeah. So here we go. Alrighty, so we're back. Final thoughts. How much are you guys taking out of this week? I'm not taking much at all. It's a little concerning, but at the same time, I don't know.
Go ahead, Jordan.
It's tough. I said in the pod moderate because it's been a while since Jordan's played well. Shooting 6 over par at this event it's a little alarming, but the test has come January. It gets real in January, and if he starts to play really poorly in January again, then I think the alarms are starting to really sound a little bit.
And I mean, you have to make a lot of birdies at Kapalua to win.
Yeah, I mean, it's his first event as a father. I can't put too much weight into it, but January, I hope he's a little bit more prepared than this week.
Yeah, well, he's talked about how competitive he is, and I'm sure that this week he probably wanted to get out of town as fast as possible after his Sunday round, but also deep down there's some like, dang, like my game is not. Yeah, I couldn't even come out and break.
But he's competitive, so he'll want to fix that. But I mean, we saw the tweet earlier in the week that his wife almost had to convince him to play. So like,
yeah,
it was clear that he was not in the space or headspace to be playing this week where he will be in January, I feel like. So
yeah, hopefully.
That's really my thoughts. But
I mean, I'm excited for Kapalua now though.
I am too.
To get a little like taste of kind of golf again was fun. But we've got a good stretch leading up before that. I know we talked about like a schedule prediction pod at some point.
Yeah. So speaking of schedule, I think we got a nice next few weeks. We have I think we're gonna take the next Monday off. We don't have anything scheduled, and I'm pretty busy. My birthday's this weekend, so I gotta.
Oh, happy birthday, Bob!
Thank you. I gotta do a lot of stuff,
I'll get you a Bryson hat.
I actually have one. I got one as a joke for a tournament. I'll have to mail it to you, Dan. But it was a Bryson style hat. It wasn't an actual like Puma hat. So we got to get one of those. But after that, I think we'll have something good. I know the 27th, that Monday, we're going to try to have a scheduled prediction. And we'll try to have something fun for that Christmas week. I think we had a few ideas. So we'll figure something out. But
Yeah.
this is our week off next week, our break. Unless
Kapalua is
something
coming up
great.
quick too.
Yeah.
It's less than it's about a month. So
A month.
exciting
Exciting
stuff.
stuff.
Not as exciting as Bryson.
I was excited, Bryson. Yeah, you're a super fan over there.
Yeah,
A closet Bryson fan.
Yeah, my ladder kind of broke. God, that's why I'm hiding next week. So
Yeah. That's the actual reason. In between us recording the last one and this, we actually decided to take the week off because Dan cannot show his face after what he said.
yeah. I'm
So
gonna start hiding now.
yeah, he'll put back on his Michigan hat after their Big Ten championship win this weekend.
Exactly.
So Kapalua week will be national championship week, right? That Monday. Kapalua win Sunday to like
Kapalua
the
win,
7th, and then the
and
Monday
then
national
Michigan
championship.
Champions.
That'd be sick.
Yeah.
No, a kid that went to my high school, Iman Dennis, is on Michigan. He was posting about it, all the stuff.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be a fun playoff, I think. But we'll see. We'll see.
You guys won your natty against Ohio State, so
Yeah, exactly. At this point, it's like
everything else is just
it's the cherries and
yeah.
chocolate sauce and caramel drizzle and
Protein
sprinkles.
shakes.
Yeah, protein shakes. Yep, all the protein shakes. Inject them into my veins, please.
6 eggs a day.
6 eggs a day. Eggs are good, but not that many.
6 eggs are not good.
That's a lot of eggs. All right, we're going.
We do this at the end of every episode. We just
We
go
do
on
do
a
this.
tangent. If everyone
We can't close.
if everyone ended their episode of watching us 2 minutes early, they'd save so much unnecessary time
they
in their
probably
lives.
Yeah, we can't close. Call us Morikawa the hero.
Wow, that's rough considering I'm a Colin fan. So like I'm not a big fan of Colin slander. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay. Fine. Spieth at 16. Spieth in 16. Sorry. you can cut
That's
that
not.
out.
Yeah, you cut that out. We'll leave it in, Dan, just so you can get even more
I
hate
just
from
need
our
to stop
viewers.
talking, I think.
But yeah,
Go Pats. See you guys next
yeah,
time.
go Pats. Go Pats. Actually, go Pats tonight. I'm not gonna say why go Pats, but let's just say the Dolphins need the Pats to win. But go Pats. And go Dolphins. 10-7. Here we come. Jordan, best of luck.
Keep dreaming.
Because I know, hey, I would say right now the Dolphins have a better chance than the Ravens to make the playoffs. The Ravens are horrendous.
No,
We lead our division. Like I know
Not
our
for
Jordan
long,
wanted this to
but
end like 5 minutes
Not for
ago.
long. Yeah, this is going on. So yeah, we'll see you guys next time. This was good.
take care.
Apologize for under the weather symptoms. So next time, peace.
See ya.